Thank you, Gene, and welcome everyone. I will be brief because following Holly and Manny, I don't know much more that needs to be said about the impact Mike, Cindy, and Chris and Lori. Profound already, and this will go on for years and years and years. So we simply can't thank you enough. You know, one of the things we haven't been shy about saying here is that our intent is to be an elite top 5 athletic program across the board. And when it comes to academics and leadership development, this facility here, we are elite top 5 in all of college sports as a result of your kind generosity and your ability to help us do it. Now, we've got a lot of work to do in the other areas, like performance across our sports when we're out there competing. Right, student athletes?
Yes, sir.
Right, student athletes?
Yes, sir.
Any coaches in the room? But in terms of this, we are elite now. And no one can deny us that. And when parents and their prospective Sun Devils come through these halls and visit this place, it's over. We got it as a result of you. So we really thank you for that. It will be something we will all make you proud of and for many, many, many years to come. So thank you on behalf of everyone in Sun Devil Athletics. Hallie and Manny speak for the student athletes. They speak for all of us in saying thank you.
Thank you, Ray. The athletic program is simply an extension of our university. Thankfully, my 2 degrees that I earned here, one as a bachelor in history and the other as a master's in higher education, are infinitely more valuable under the leadership of Dr. Michael Crow and how he has impacted our institution, our community, our country, and quite frankly, our world. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce Dr. Michael Crow.
Thank you, Gene, and thank you for your leadership that you bring to the university. Ray and I talk about you all the time, all the things that you are able to do.
We do.
We do, all the time.
Don't lose any sleep tonight.
The talent, the drive, the energy, the compassion, the feeling that you bring for our student athletes. You and I have had hundreds of conversations, haven't we? About individual athletes, about how they're doing, about where they're going, about how they're moving forward, and you always know. You always know how someone's doing. And that's really, really important. You really understand that. And to Mike and Cindy Watts, I mean, you guys are, in all of our interactions, all of the interactions that we've had through the years, the investments that you've made in the community, your investments are always in the community. And the university is a way for you to reach the community. The central theme that I see in your logic for your investments you are about enhancing human individual potential regardless of a person's circumstance, period. You're willing to be committed to the person. How can the person evolve? How can the person achieve their potential? How can these athletes do the things that they do? These are Olympic level athletes. These are tremendously physically enabled, empowered human beings who, while they're developing their athletic ability to the highest possible level, also happen to be engaged as university students at a high-intensity research grade university all at the same time. Eons ago, I was not at their level of athletics, but I was a 4-year athlete at a D1 school. We had no facilities, none. We had the library. And there were no rules about how many hours you should work out. So we worked out 40 hours a week or more, because it was more fun than school. We liked hanging out, but so now you have enabled us to do something that I have dreamed about for a long time, which is, I think our athletic program is, in a sense, a very complicated leadership academy. We're taking kids from every kind of family background. We're taking kids, regardless of their family backgrounds, who have athletic ability. And athletic ability is a lot more than just physical ability. It's a certain type of intelligence. It's a spatial, tactile intelligence, an emotional intelligence. It's a whole set of combination of things of how do human beings compete with each other. And at the same time, they're then brought into this learning environment. And if we don't produce individuals who go out to become leaders of schools or leaders of community organizations or leaders of neighborhoods or churches or synagogues or whatever it is that they're connected to, we haven't done our job. We haven't done our job. Everybody knows the 9/11 story, the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania. It was college athletes that stood up and said, let's roll. Let's take these people out. Let's try to save these people. Now, they weren't successful, but they tried. And that's who it was. I don't know if you've read the story about who these people were. Who stood up? Who made it happen? Athletes. And so it doesn't mean the rest of everyone that's not an athlete is somehow a lesser person. Far from it. We all have our gifts. But these athletes have this opportunity to inspire all of us. That's what you all do. I was just telling Manny how inspirational he was. Every time I watched how he was thinking as the enemy was closing in on him. How he was thinking and attempting to lead the team with every ounce of energy he had. That was inspiring to me. So you guys, the Wattses, you get this about human potential. You understand what it takes to build human potential. And so this facility, which is a physical manifestation of that, that is a step in that direction. If everybody hasn't looked at the white pages on the table, they're fantastic. They're a product of the staff's work here and the coaches' work here. It's unbelievable. Read how the athletes are doing as students. 70% above a 3.0 grade point. The #2 academic program in the Pac-12 behind Stanford, and we're going to beat them. Aren't we, Ray?
Absolutely.
Ray went to Stanford.
Long time ago.
Yes. Back when the railroad was still the main means. And so just on behalf of the entire university community, 500,000 alums, millions of people that are paying attention to what we do, we have 100,000 students attending degree programs with us now, 75,000 on campus, 30,000 online, hundreds of thousands of learners. These 500 or 600 athletes that we have involved in this program, all eyes are on them. There are leaders. This is the Leadership Academy. You all have helped us to be able to do that, so thank you.
We have a brief video that we'll cue and play over on the screen here in one moment, and then we'll be close to the end of the program. You want to go ahead and do that, Andrew?
Yeah.
Is there a screen out there?
Yeah, this.
And his entire team, for all of your leadership, for the mentoring you do with all of these young athletes. Our hope is that this makes your job and your work and their work just a whole lot easier and a lot more fun. And if that's the case and you can get all of these kids through their college education and onto that championship life, our dream has come true.
I don't know that much more can be said, but I wanted to offer a little bit of humor to this whole thing because we were inspired by the leadership of the university years back when we met Michael Crow and his wife Sybil, and we continue to be inspired. We hope that the creation of this, through the work and the efforts of Gene Boyd, will go a long way and inspire many other people. In the middle of the process, and Gene just mentioned this, there was a change in the AD, and Ray Anderson had not come on board yet. So we had committed to the funding, and there's a couple of people I see smiling at me. I did a little bit of back the scene, in the back room, asking questions about the vision that you had to create this. Was it going to be able to be continued with the new leadership that you were going to be working under? And what I learned made me feel all the more committed because not only was Ray Anderson supportive, he was championing the whole thing with you. So I applaud all of you and the top leadership all the way down. That's why we get involved, as so many of you do. So thank you.
I know, girl,